Hi everybody, my name is Ruth. My name is melanin.overdose on Instagram. So what is the purpose of this video? This video is to introduce you to me and to basically build this channel, this platform into something more nursing friendly. That's not to say everything will be nursing. Just because of the type of person I am, you might see some cooking things, some food stuff, just some vlogs maybe. I like to travel. So you'll see, kind of different things, but at the core of it all will be nursing. So my name is Ruth. I have been a nurse for 2 years now. Yes. I just want to tell you a little bit about myself first. I started out as a visiting nurse. Now, a visiting nurse is different than a travel nurse. A travel nurse goes to different states, countries, and all that periodically to practice nursing. A visiting nurse visits people in the community and ensures that the community health is good or where it needs to be. So that's what I did for some time. And then after that, I landed my job that I'm currently holding at a hospital in the NICU. The goal for me from graduation was to always be in the NICU. The visiting nurse job was kind of like what I did while I was waiting for a job opening to come through for me. So in relation to nursing, the main questions I get are, one, why nursing? Why nursing? A lot of people say I love to help people, and there's a lot of things you can do that help people. For me personally, I think nursing, specifically in the NICU, fits my personality. I'm a happy person. I have a lot of energy. So I feel like for me, that environment better fits who I am. And it allows me a greater chance to contribute more to the workplace than any other place I feel like I would work. The second question I get a lot is, do you have any tips? I get a lot of DMs from students or people who are considering nursing school, and they always ask, do you have any tips? The tips I have include, one, take your classes seriously. It goes without saying, but still, let's say it. Take your classes seriously, focus on your books, but also have fun. And I know that sounds generic, but honestly, nursing school can be so stressful sometimes, and there are certain classes that they will really, really test your patience. They'll make you second guess yourself. But I feel like when you have that balance between work and having some kind of life outside of nursing, it's easier to manage that. I would also say, if you are considering and you're not sure you want to be in nursing, shadow somebody. For me, I shadowed a couple of doctors, nurse practitioners, nurses, and that's where I made my determination of what I wanted to do in school. If you are already in the program, I would say make study groups. Honestly, when I joined the program, I started the program late because I came to school undecided. So I started the program in my 3rd year, and I managed to do it in my 3rd and 4th year in college. But because I started kind of late, when I started the program, everybody was already friends, everybody had their groups, and it was kind of tough breaking into that. And when you study by yourself, you can get a lot of information. YouTube is a great place to learn extra information. The internet is there. But when you study with a group, there's a bigger sense of accountability, and you get more people to bounce ideas and thoughts off of. And I made a group of friends, and we are literally still friends to this day. This is what, 2 years after graduation. So big tip for if you are in nursing school, make friends. It doesn't have to be a big old circle. I made 2 other friends, so it was a group of 3, and it was really, really helpful. The next question I get a lot in my DM is the NCLEX hard? And if so, any tips, any advice, whatever. The NCLEX is hard depending on the day, time, week, circumstance, I don't know. The NCLEX is not the same for each person. So what's hard to one person may not be hard to another person. I know my friend took the NCLEX, and hers was very EKG involved. It had a lot of EKGs and interpretations. Meanwhile, I did not get any EKG questions. So it's hard to study for the NCLEX because obviously a whole bunch of things can be on it, but that's why you learn your general knowledge and you just use what you have. So it is hard, but I feel like when you focus on using tools that are available to you, I personally used blanking on the name, Kaplan. I used Kaplan to study, and I thought that was very helpful. I took a Kaplan NCLEX course in person, and I thought that was great too. So look at your options. I know some people like UWorld. There's other things out there, so definitely study. For me personally, I would say schedule a calendar, use a planner to plan when you study. For me, when I was studying for the NCLEX, I dedicated 6 days a week to studying. And I'm not talking stay at home and do a little studying. I would come to the library and I would act like I was at work from 9 to 6 studying. I would take an hour break in between to do some lunch or something, but it was very intense. I would also suggest try to take the test within like 3 months of graduating. I feel like for me personally, the knowledge is more fresh. You're more into study mode versus letting a long period of time pass by, because you lose the things that you're not constantly learning and looking at. And it's easy to get a little bit lazy or distracted when you have so much time to study for something. The last question I get a lot in my DMs related to nursing is, how do I get a job? I'm in New York. Getting a job can be hard sometimes. And for nursing, for me, it was difficult because I was a little hard-headed. I refused to enter a hospital unless it was on a unit that I wanted, which is NICU, L&D, or postpartum. I am everything mother-child health, okay? So I received job offers for like psych, ER, but that's not my passion. That's not where I wanted to be. So that's why I did the visiting nursing for some time before my NICU job. Now, there are other people who will tell you that's not a smart idea, and that the best thing for you to do is to just enter the hospital, and from there you can always transfer to the unit or the department you'd rather work in. And that makes sense too. There's no one cookie cutter way to answer this question. Different things work for different people. But I just know for the type of person I am, I would thrive better in an environment that I'm happy to go into every day. And honestly, with my job now, I'm glad to go into work every day. I love what I do. I love seeing the babies. I love being a part of healing. And there are down parts to that, but I can say that generally I really love what I do. So for me, that's important. And working in a hospital in another department would not have made me this happy or this fulfilled. So that's kind of why I didn't enter the hospital right away, because when you want to work in a specialized area like a NICU, it's really hard to get into because they definitely want someone with experience. So if you're that type of person, you might see some challenges with that, but just there are options. You can always enter and transfer. You can just be really determined and hope it works out. In my case, it did. But yeah, you just keep applying, be open to other things. I never even knew visiting community nursing was a thing. I was on a bunch of job posting forums and I saw it and I thought, okay, I like people. I could visit people and, do my thing, and I did. And I actually thought it was such a great experience. Like, if I weren't working here, I would totally do it again. It was a great experience. It was a great job. So be open and try different types of nursing. You don't have to be the same cookie cutter nurse that everybody does. You don't have to work in the same ER, whatever. Explore your options is what I'm saying, basically. Okay, so that's a little bit about me, and those are the main questions I get in my DM about nursing. So if you have any questions, anything you'd like me to touch upon, feel free to leave a comment, send me a message. I will definitely respond, and I will make videos accordingly. My goal, don't hold me to it, but the goal the goal for this year is to drop 1 video a month, and I think I want to drop it on the last Sunday of every month. Again, don't hold me to it, but that's the goal. We'll try to make it happen. Okay, so thank you for checking it out. Thank you for checking me out. And I hope we connect soon. And by the way, these are actually scrubs from Wear Figs. They're super comfortable. They're super soft, and they're fashionable. I love it because when I go to work, I know I look good. I feel confident, and so check them out. See how you feel. Let me know how you like them.